Fundamental Unit of Life, Cell, for Class 9, Part 2. Structure of cell. Though the shape, size, activities of the cell are different, a cell consists of three major functional regions. First, plasma membrane and cell wall, nucleus, and between these two, cytoplasm lies. Various cell organelles are suspended in cytoplasm, such as Golgi body, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, chloroplast, and so on. Structure of cell. Here is a detailed structure of plant cell and animal cell. We know that the basic difference between the plant cell and animal cell is in plant cell, cell wall is present, and in animal cell, cell wall is absent. And in plant cell, some special cell organelles are present like chloroplast, which helps in photosynthesis. But in animal cell, cell organelle like chloroplast is absent. Various parts of the cell can be seen in this diagram, which is common. For example, cytoplasm present in both the cells, plasma membrane, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, mitochondria, vacuoles, lysosome, Golgi body, etc. Let us discuss the detailed structure of plasma membrane. Plasma membrane. If we consider this structure as a cell, then this outer layer is considered as a plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is the outermost covering of each cell. The primary function of the plasma membrane is to protect the cell from its surroundings. So here is the structure, detailed structure of plasma membrane. If we enlarge this structure of plasma membrane, we'll find such type of structure. So plasma membrane is a living, thin, delicate, elastic and semi-permeable membrane. Before proceeding, let us know what is selectively permeable membrane. So, selectively permeable membrane ensures the selected and useful molecule enters inside the cell. It also ensures that biologically significant molecule remain within the cell, and it also ensures that secretions and waste should leave the cell. We can say selectively permeability of the cell membrane enable the cell to maintain constant internal environment in spite of many changes around the cells. So come back to the structure of plasma membrane. In year 1972, Singer and Nicholson suggested a model called fluid mosaic model for explaining the ultrastructure of plasma membrane of the cell. According to them, plasma membrane is made up of two layers of phospholipid or phospholipid bilayer. Phospholipid are molecules with hydrophilic head and hydrophilic phosphate head and hydrophobic lipid tail. What does it mean? Hydrophilic means water loving and hydrophobic means water hating. So in that way, this phospholipid arranged itself. The head part is in contact with water and the tail is hiding itself from the water. So it remains inside. So this type of a structure will found in the plasma membrane, right? Then two types of protein molecule floated into the phospholipid layer. This is the one type of protein and another one is this type of protein. So this protein are called intrinsic protein and extrinsic protein. The protein which completely embed in the hydrophobic region of the bilipid layer are called intrinsic protein, and extrinsic protein are those which associates loosely with the hydrophilic surface of the lipid bilayer, that is called extrinsic protein. Now, function of plasma membrane. Plasma membrane permits the entry and exit of some material in the cell. It also prevents the movement of some other materials, right? Therefore, the plasma membrane is called as the selectively permeable membrane, which we have already discussed. So, how this movement of particle takes place inside and out? So, by the process called diffusion and osmosis. So what is diffusion and osmosis? We should learn about what is solute, solvent and solution. Solvent, solute and solution. You must be knowing about this concept, what is solvent, solute and solution. So here is a picture in which water is considered as solvent, sugar is considered as solute. It is when we add water with sugar, it forms a solution, right? We can say a simple solution is basically consists of two substances that are evenly mixed. One of them is called solute and other is called solvent. A solute is the substance to be dissolved, here sugar, and solvent is the one doing the dissolving, here water. Together it forms solution. Diffusion. Movement of solute molecules from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration is called diffusion. Diffusion can occur in any medium. It doesn't require any membrane like semi-permeable membrane. The diffusing molecules can be solid, liquid or gas. Diffusion dependent upon the free energy of the molecule of diffusing substance only. Presence of any other substance in the system is of no importance. So we can say that diffusion is a spontaneous movement of molecule from a region of higher concentration to one of the lower concentration, leading finally to uniform concentration, as it is faster in gaseous phase than in liquid and solids. For example, diffusion in amoeba. When amoeba perform respiration, then the exchange of gases takes place, like exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen. How does it happens in the unicellular body like amoeba, as there is no respiratory system? What happens here, when the concentration of carbon dioxide is increased inside the amoeba body as compared to its external environment, the movement of carbon dioxide takes place from higher concentration, which is inside, towards the lower concentration, which is outside of the amoeba body. Likewise, how it intakes the oxygen. When the oxygen level decreases inside the amoeba cell, then as compared to the oxygen present outside the amoeba cell, then there is a movement of oxygen from higher concentration, which is outside, to the lower concentration, which is inside the amoeba. Osmosis. Osmosis is a passage of water from a region of higher water concentration through a semi-permeable membrane to a region of low water concentration. In this picture, we can see that here is a selectively permeable membrane in between. On one hand, there is a low sugar concentration, means high water concentration. On other hand, here is high sugar concentration and low water concentration. We know that osmosis is a passage of water, right? Osmosis is a passage of water or solvent from a region of high concentration, right? From a region of high concentration towards the region of lower concentration of solvent through a semi-permeable membrane. This osmosis occurs only in liquid medium. It involves the movement of solvent, right? Here it involves the movement of solvent but in diffusion it involves the movement of solute, right? So though the diffusion of solvent molecules only takes place, but it may get influenced by the presence of other substance like solute. Effect of different solution on plant cell. So there are three types of solution. First is hypertonic solution, isotonic solution, and hypotonic solution. What happens here, we are placing the plant cell in different types of solution. So before that, let us know what are these solutions. So in hypertonic solution, solute concentration or sugar concentration is high and solvent or water concentration is low. So here we can say that if the medium has lower concentration of the water than the cell, then what happens here? The cell will start losing the water by the process called osmosis, because there is a movement of solvent from higher concentration towards the lower concentration, which is outside the cell. This results in the shrinking of cell, and it is said to be the cell is plasmolysed. In hypotonic solution, the concentration of solute or sugar is less and the concentration of solvent or water is high as compared to the cell, right? So what happens here, again there should be a movement solvent from higher concentration towards the lower concentration, which means from outside the cell towards inside the cell. That results the cell is likely to swell up or it become inflated. Third condition is isotonic solution. In this, the water concentration or solvent concentration in medium and in cell is exactly the same. So there will be no movement of water across the plasma membrane. Such type of solution is called isotonic solution. Mediated transport. We have seen that the cell or plasma membrane is an effective barrier to the free diffusion of most of the molecule of biological significance. Yet it is essential that some material enter and leave the cell by the special protein called transport protein or permeases. There are two types of mediated transport. First is facilitated transport diffusion or active transport diffusion. In facilitated diffusion, it promotes only movement in a downhill direction only, which means in a direction of concentration gradient that require no metabolic energy to drive the transport system, or otherwise the molecule cannot penetrate itself the plasma membrane. On the other hand, in active transport, the energy is supplied to the system to transport the molecule in opposite direction of a concentration gradient. Endocytosis. Endocytosis is a cellular process in which the substance are brought into the cell through plasma membrane. The membrane folds over the substance and it completely enclosed by the membrane. The two main kind of endocytosis are phagocytosis, which means cell eating, and podocytosis, which is cell drinking. Exocytosis. Exocytosis is a transport of material out of a cell by a means of sac or vesicle that first engulfs the material and then is extruded through an opening in the cell membrane.